And here it is.
All right.
This is MLG Typhon Peaks. It's gonna be Ice-T versus Revenge. Revenge.
Yeah, Revenge sticking in for Binary Gaming. What is that giant N throwing you off?
Yeah, that and I was looking at it like, I was like, wait, is that Revenge? And I was like respelling it in my mind.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even realize it's a ZVZ. So this changes everything.
Yeah. I'm sorry, ZVZ fans, but this is
You
my
there,
least
Aegis?
favorite. This is my least favorite matchup.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't like watching ZVZ. Yeah, what is
Oh
happening?
shit. Are you here?
Yeah,
Oh wait, there you go. I thought the stream crashed for a sec.
well, ZVZ, I don't like it because Roach and Fester, and that's all we ever see.
Oh, that's true. There's still, I don't know, what I've been seeing right now in the metagame is a quick, Jesus, I can't think. Okay, what I've been seeing is quick tech switches to mutas, and when you catch another Zerg player off guard, they're done.
True.
Because, like you said, they're stuck on like Roach.
Yeah, I've seen that before. It happens occasionally, but like I feel like it's not as dynamic as the other matchups. Like before my least favorite was Protoss versus Protoss, because that was just dumb.
Yeah, Protoss versus Protoss now is still interesting. First off, they have different unit choices, and the other thing is the fact that how they attack really matters. When Zerg, it's just kind of like these head-on collisions.
Yeah.
2 lines form, and then you get some fungals. It's nowhere near as fun.
Yeah, it's like watching watching the Revolutionary War in a helicopter. That's what I imagine those fights to look like.
I mean,
They all
yeah,
line up and they shoot.
it's like 2 straight lines just pummeling each other.
Which is why I find the ZVZ a lot less interesting. Like, my favorite is TVT because of the positioning. Well, anyways, both of these players are now spawning here, and it looks like both Overlords are going to be scouting in the same direction. Revenge over here, as our red Zerg player, his opponent is Ice-T from Standard Gaming. Revenge is from Binary Gaming. Somehow I keep forgetting to say that. Ice-T from Standard Gaming in the top right, or left-hand corner. See, now I don't know left from right.
Yeah, in the top left we have Ice-T. And both players are going for gas first builds.
Yeah, gas.
So indicative of speed pool.
Yeah. Safe build here from both players, making sure that they can get everything up and running before they take that natural expansion. Maybe we'll see some Baneling play, but I highly doubt it. The Roach's just own Banelings.
Well, the thing about the Baneling play is that it's difficult for you know, if you don't have out the right number of roaches, especially on this map, because of how big and open the expansion is, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So lots of times that players will fall into that Baneling play, and I mean, it's difficult to get out of, like you're saying. That's why lots of times people just favor the Roach play.
Yeah.
Just feels safer.
I guess also in this position it's a little less likely because of the distance. Banelings are relatively slow, or actually they're very slow without speed. So and there we have the Roach Warren coming up for Ice-T.
And you know what's so interesting about Zerg is even if you want to go Roaches, you're forced to get Zergling speed, just because you need units to hold off your opponent. And ZVZ is such a volatile matchup. It's like if you get caught off guard with your opponent has speedlings, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Especially the fact that you have creep. I kind of wish that an enemy's creep wouldn't benefit you. You know what I mean? But the fact that it does, it just makes Zergling harassment way more effective than it is against any other race.
Mm-hmm. And we do have Revenge taking a expansion over here, so he's going to be going for a little bit more of a long-term game. I sort of expect Ice-T to do about the same, as they are very far away from each other unless he decides to go Roach crazy.
We see a lot of Zerglings were out right now on the map, and I guess he feels safe now that he doesn't see the expansion, but like I said before, if you can do some attacks before the roach numbers get too critical, you can really do some serious damage to your opponent.
Icy looks like he was
Oh,
forced to
wow.
cancel the natural expansion,
And then building an extractor, canceling that, and now finally sitting back down on the expansion there.
yeah, it looks like the Zerglings from Revenge do have their speed done, as well as his opponent Ice-T. The Roaches are out in the field for Ice-T, so soon he will be able to comfortably defend his natural expansion. It is a little bit late in comparison to Revenge, so Revenge is going to be able to get that extra mining earlier. He has pulled guys off of gas as well, and the Zerglings are now coming in here. The Speedlings from Ice-T getting into position to try to defend, as well as the Roaches, and he's trying to keep his ramp covered as well, so those Zerglings do not run straight into the main and do tons of damage.
Yeah, I love the pressure he's putting on right now. You can see that Revenge is droning up hard, and Ice-T he's scared. You know, he just made some attacking units, but now he's droning up again. But still, the pressure, it's great any way you look at it.
Yeah, Revenge now getting Roaches of his own. The natural expansion for Ice-T is about to finish up, and he's got another Queen on the way for that natural expansion. The Vomit's also going down on point, and we also have the Overlords spreading out across the middle of the map. In a ZVZ, I like to see both players giving a very good sight with their Overlords seeing basically the entire map. We have a Spine Crawler coming up for Revenge. Don't quite agree with that, especially because he's putting on so much pressure.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't know why he's doing that. You know, maybe he's just a little worried about the roach count, and the fact that he was on one base longer kind of shows that he should have more attacking units.
Yeah, he should be able to get those units out quicker. He should have the extra production as well. He's getting, yeah, another Spine Crawler. Oh.
That's very odd. I mean, the good news is, as far as Zerg goes, you can do some really interesting play where you push with spines against your opponent. So, I mean, that's something I love to do in ZVZ. You know, when it gets to that point where we're both on 2 base and we're not going anywhere, I take all my spines. I'm like, all right, I'm going to push across the map right now, and I'm going to use my advantage and just try to crush him.
Revenge almost built a 3rd Spine Crawler just now, but he did cancel that, so I like the cancel on that Spine Crawler. I wish he could sell his Spine Crawlers to get those drones back.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But unfortunately, those Spine Crawlers are permanent, so we'll see what both players decide to do. Let's take a look at the units tab. We are now at 43 drones for Revenge. So Revenge is very far ahead in terms of economy. Ice-T is going to have to try to catch up real hard or try to do some massive damage off of these 2 bases. There is a 1 Roach lead in the Roach count for Ice-T, but Revenge is bouncing pretty far ahead.
Yep, the fact that he already has this kind of defensive posture, he'll be able to take a 3rd, and Zergling run by here, doing a little bit of damage, nope, not going to snipe that Queen.
The Roaches were kind of hanging out, being really lazy from Revenge. Looks like finally cleaning that up. Let's take a look at the kill count.
Killed 3 drones right there.
Okay. I mean, that's not going to even this up anytime soon. Ice-T is now taking the gas at his natural expansion. Revenge has had
Revenge is taking his 3rd.
And the 3rd is coming up. The Overlord for Ice-T does see this, so he's going to be pressured to take his 3rd base real soon.
Actually, neither player has gotten upgrades yet, which is really bad. You definitely want +1 against Roaches. Ice-T's in a position where he's definitely favoring a more Roach-heavy army, so having +1, first off, you're going to 2-shot Zerglings, which is extremely important, and it's obviously good against your opponent's, opponent's Roaches. So
and as you're saying it, we have the +1 coming up for Ice-T.
There it is.
And his opponent is getting his 1st Evolution Chamber, and there's a 2nd one going to be definitely headed for that late game. Roach speed also on the way for Revenge, so his Roaches are going to be much better than Ice-T's Roaches for a few seconds, so maybe he'll have a window to push in there, especially with his 3 bases of production.
Yeah, we see that Revenge is grabbing his 3rd, and now finally Ice-T's going to be doing it, but just a little bit behind, like he's been the whole game. So, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. We'll have to see how it pans out. Really, the engagement will matter, and obviously the upgrades. Look, now we have armor on the way for Revenge, so that'll nullify Ice-T's +1.
I'm interested to see who's going to go for Infestors first. Hydralisk Den from Ice-T. That's a little bit weird, especially because he doesn't know if his opponent has gone Infestors, because Infestors absolutely obliterate Hydralisks.
That's absolutely
The
true.
Roaches now advancing across the field for Revenge. Their speed is about to finish, and that might be a timing for Revenge to push in there. There's the speed kicking in. The Roaches now advancing across the field. The Infestation Pit on the way for Revenge, and the Hydralisk Den finishing for Ice-T.
The important thing to remember here is the fact that Ice-T will be able to repopulate his army faster than Revenge just because of the positioning.
Yeah, but
and he does have superior roach numbers for right now, but he needs some micro. There we go. Getting in a good concave.
And taking out a bunch of roaches on the low ground for free. And Revenge does have the speed, so he does wrap around faster to be able to do more damage. Revenge rising up to 150 for food.
Wow, and look at this. 11 roaches on the way, but also 8 Hydras for Ice-T. And, you know, Hydras are worth their weight in gold in a Zerg army, so he either... Well, yeah, you already said the Pathogen Glands is on the way, too, for Revenge. So, I would say that Ice-T actually has a really nice window here where he could do some damage if he pushes correctly.
He needs to...
He's got to keep those Hydras back.
He needs to make one huge round of units and go for a shove through. He does have the +1 on those Hydras as well, and all he has to do is make sure those Hydras do not get picked off. However, Hydras are a little bit slow, and Revenge does have the center tower. There are 10 more Roaches on the way for Ice-T, which are really beefy units, especially as he's getting the Burrow upgrade and the Pathogen Glands finishing up. Should be seeing some Infestors real soon. And here's a bust through at the third base. Looks like Revenge is pushing in here. Going to be trying to take out all of these units. The Roach is running right up against the units of Ice-T. And the Hydra's doing work, but the Roach count for Ice-T is falling so far. And all that's left are those Hydras. And Hydras are not very good against Roaches if they are just left completely naked.
Oh, but look at the exchange. Did you see how that worked?
Yeah.
Like, Revenge... He lost a huge chunk of his army because of those Hydras. They're so effective. Look at that. 4 kills on one, 5 kills on one.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is that Revenge didn't really lose any food count.
Oh no, he's getting sandwiched.
Yeah. Revenge stayed at 160 food throughout that entire engagement, while Ice-T fell by 30
excellent
food.
macro.
So, Revenge definitely taking a huge advantage right now, and Ice-T GGing out of this game.